Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to a new ALS video. Today, well not today, but last night, ALS decided to drop a One Punch Man update, which you can see here. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm basically already prepared because, you know, One Punch Man units been around for a while. And some of them, which I already have, which I already had a long time ago. I have Saitama. He's glitched, so I'm gonna be able to get a glitched Saitama. Tatsumiki, I had her for a while. She already has Avatar. Garou had him for a while, but he did not have Avatar. I just re-rolled that on to him, which you saw by the previous clips. So yeah, now he has Avatar, and I do not have Boros yet, but we're gonna get him obviously. So yeah, I'm going to be doing this grind. You already know I have to make a video on it. I'm gonna have my brother with me. He's gonna me and him are gonna be grinding together. So yeah, that's basically it. I have not yet looked at the challenges yet, so let's look at them right quick. Okay, 250 cosmic essence. Might do that out the way first. Yeah, I just only need dark essence, but my brother needs a lot of the essence, so while I'm helping him do that, I'm probably just gonna skip to when I have enough dark essence. So yeah, but anyway, let's get to this grind. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Let's get to the grind.
A few moments later.
Oh yeah, finally done with the cosmic essence, so now I can make all of it. Let's see. How much do I need again? 250, right? Yeah, 250. All right. I probably don't have enough gold. Yeah, I don't. Okay. Get some of that right quick. All right. $250 is a lot, bro. But I mean, there it is. First quest down. I guess we're just gonna do the villain invasion now. Alright guys, we're finished up with most of the survival grind right now. I do have enough for only the cosmic dust. I will continue to do the survival until I get Saitama's Evo material, but for now, let's just grab the cosmic dust. And now I'm gonna go do the legend stages, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, in the middle of grinding the legend stages, I decided that I will Evo Garou now to his ultimate version and do a showcase while I'm grinding, and then I will showcase his godly version later on in the video because I know that his ultimate version is pretty good apparently. So I'm going to showcase this one now, and then I'm going to showcase the other one later. Okay. All right. But I do have to. I can't speak. Unfortunately, I do have to give him some XP so I could show you guys him at his full potential. So I'm just gonna do that. So now he's level 85 avatar. I do have to fill out his skill tree though. Give me one moment. Let me do that. All right, guys. This is his skill tree. Full crit skill tree. You see his stats, SSS, SSS, and SS. So yeah, I'm gonna showcase him now, and then I'll go back to grinding the legend stages. All right, guys, change of plans. I'm gonna showcase him in the infinite because I did not get done with the wave 100 infinite quests. So let's see. We got Garou on placement 853,000. There's his animation. Kind of like a kick, explosive kick, and 853 to 2.3. Does he have any passes? No. 2.3 to 5, 5 to 9, 9 to 13, and he does start with dismantled, and he eventually goes into hybrid. 13.6 to 22. This is his new animation. Kind of like a flurry of kicks. That's pretty cool. Anyway, 22, 22 to 29, 29 to 42, 42 to 61, and this is his new animation. He's not cone AoE. Kind of like a punch. I think that's to copy like Saitama, and I don't know. It looks like a Saitama type of punch. 61 to 73, and that is his maxed out. He is perfect seal, which is really good, and 73 million to with 167 million dismantled damage. That's pretty good. He's a pretty solid unit. Pretty low SPA too, only 6 seconds. That's pretty good. I mean, like if you needed a good unit, bro, he would be the one. He's way better than his first evolution, the bloodthirsty one. So this is pretty good. But anyway, I'm gonna finish up this infinite, and then I'm going to go back to grinding the legend stages. Actually, you know what I just thought about? I have Homaru, well, not Homaru, I keep saying the anime adventures name of her. I have Time Goddess here, and I could just buff Garou to show you what the damage would be with the buff. So I just not thought about that. Okay, so now his new damage is 91 million, and his crit went up to 54. That's pretty good with Time Goddess buff. That's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That is pretty good. 209 million dismantle damage as well with the buff. That's hey man, that's pretty decent. That's pretty solid. You guys done with the infinite. So from what it says here, I need to evo all 3 up the people, and I need to get 15,000 kills on Garou, and then I have to do more of the legend stages. But I mean, to evo the other 3 people, I'm eventually gonna hit that anyway. So yeah, I basically have to evo all 3 people and then get kills on Garou, which is going to take a while, but I mean, you know, I kind of have to do it. So Alright, y'all, I'm finally done with the legend stage grind, so now I could evo Tatsumiki. Okay, what am I missing? Oh my. Alright, y'all, I'm finally done with the legend stage grind, so now I could evo Tatsumiki and Genos. Start with Tatsumiki. Skins. Bro, okay. Alright, y'all, I'm finally done with the legend stage grind, so now I can evo Tatsumiki. There we go, there's Tatsumiki, and I could evo Genos. There we go, there's Genos. And I have to wait for Saitama because I need to get I gotta grind more survival for his hero suit. So that's what I'm about to do. And as for Garou, I am almost done with his kills. I only need 600 more, so I'm gonna bring him into the survival with me. And then after all of that, I will finally evo into Godly Garou, and then I'll have to level him up. But anyway, let's get into the survival first. Alright guys, finally done with everything, finally done with the survival. I had to do another nature essence run because I was missing nature essence, but now I could make the rest of the cosmic essence that I need. So let's go ahead and do that. I hope I have enough gold. Let's see. Alright, there we go. And now I could finally evo Saitama. Oh my gosh. Okay, I had to take out the skin first. Alright, try again. Saitama. There you go. There's evo Saitama. And now, the part everybody's been waiting for. Claim all of these godly quests. Get the glyph of the cosmos. I probably don't have enough gold to make this thing. Let's see. Yep, 5,000. Okay. Alright, now the part everybody's been waiting for. Helix of the Cosmos. Go ahead and pull up my Garou. I want to try to get him godly, but I mean, that's just going to have to wait for another time. But anyway, we got godly Garou. There you go. He is. Let's put him on. Try out his cosmetic. There you go. Kind of looks funny with my model here, but there we go. We got godly Garou. We got I typed in Garou. We got Genos. We got Tatsumiki, and we got Saitama, which now I have to level up all of them. So the grind is not done yet, but actually let me see how much food does it take for you. 71. I mean, he is the longest. He would be the one that takes the longest to level up, but I'll just see how long it takes for me to get the raids done for most of them, and then I'll just feed Garou the rest. But anyway, job's not done. Let's go ahead and level these guys up.
3 weeks later.
I'm finally done leveling up everybody. I try to give them some a chance, but just did not turn out well. But first, you guys already know how we do this. We go right to left, but I mean, let's be real. I'm mainly trying to showcase Garou, and the reason I can't go right to left is because of his passive won't work. Like, if I was to place down these units before I place down Garou, his passive will not suck up their damage. So I'm gonna have to do the showcase differently. So I'm gonna have to do Garou first and go backwards, which is unfortunate because obviously since Garou is taking up their damage, you won't see the full potential of like people like Saitama and stuff like that, but you'll see somewhat of what Garou can do. So gonna go ahead and sell this Tatsumiki, and I'm gonna place Garou. Garou, his godly leader stat. Let me upgrade him a little bit. His godly leader stat is, well, actually, let me just place down back somebody over here. All right. All right, now, anyway, sell Garou again. Turn on effects. All right, let me slow this down because he has a low SPA. Garou, without anybody in his AoE, does 5.12 million damage, and it's kind of just like a punch. And I think this unit has some pretty cool effects. Like, over all the units I showcase, I think this unit might have the coolest ones I've seen so far. But anyway, he does not have passives yet. But anyway, on placement, he does 5.12 million to 12.8 to 24.7, and he does gain this mode, which I'd recommend not to touch until he's fully maxed out or something. But I don't know, it's up to you, to be honest. Anyway, 24.7 to 44, 44 to 68, and he does gain a new attack. This is his new attack, kind of like a flurry of punches, and it kind of looks like what's that dude from One Piece? I forgot. Katakuri. Yeah, it kind of looks like his like no fury move from like Block Suits or something. But anyway, 68.2 to 76, 76 to 85 million. And this unit is very expensive. I don't know why I'm showcasing him first, but I thought it'd just make more sense. 85 to 93, or 94 basically. 94 to 136. And he becomes Camp Cone AoE, and this is his new attack. Like I said, bro, I think this unit has like some of the coolest effects out of all the ones I showcased. At 136 to 162, 162 to 187, 187 to 204. Now this is him with no body place in his AoE. This is him with no like buffs or anything. So this is his flat out damage, 204 million, 7.7 SPA. Now, let me show what you guys I was talking about. I sell Saitama and I sell Garou. Let me put, well, actually, no, I should have sold Garou. Whatever, it's fine. Anyway, 5.12 million, right? I placed down Saitama. It goes up to 6.2 million. Which both of their attacks are kind of overlapping, so I'm just going to turn it off for now. I will still showcase Saitama. But anyway, with Saitama only in here, 6.26, and Saitama's placement damage is 21.6. So anyway, let's do Tatsumiki now, 6.29, and then Genos, 6.38. So now if I was to upgrade everybody, I'm not going to click on them because I don't want to spoil their damage. I'm going to showcase them later. But now, Garou's placement damage goes all the way up to 54.4 million. So, that kind of like jumps it crazy. But anyway, now, if I was to upgrade Garou, his max damage is 254 million. And that's without using any modes. Now, if I was to use a mode and use Baldy, which is Saitama's, like he kind of copies Saitama. It goes up to 346 million, and he gains Saitama's passives, which I mean, to showcase, I said I was gonna not showcase any of the other units because I didn't want to spoil them, but I mean, since Garou takes over Saitama's abilities, I can't not show it. So hold back, I'm not gonna read all. Actually, no, I'll read it. This unit has 25% chance to hold back and deal negative 50% damage. Every time he holds back, he gains plus 2% more damage, which, as you can see, his damage is going up little by little. After holding back 15 times, he never holds back again. Every time this unit does not crit, has a 50% chance to increase crit by 0.25, cap of 10%, which is pretty cool. Exponential growth. This unit starts with 0.5% damage buff. This buff doubles every wave until a maximum of plus 35% damage, which again is also cool. Limitation, this is kind of just a Garou thing. Change last upgrade stats based on selected mode. Baldy would give him plus 2.5 million base damage, 20 SPA, 45 range. Now, the reason his SPA is not 20 is because I have Avatar on him and I have defense. And his other mode, which I it will show that for when his other mode comes. But anyway, he does gain Saitama's nuke ability, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's Garou is just gonna keep stacking up damage. I will show you guys when he is fully stacked up. I'm just gonna skip ahead. Okay guys, I believe he is fully stacked up. His crit is still going up, but I believe his damage is fully stacked up. So he is doing 5.42 million damage, which is pretty good every 11.8 seconds, which again is pretty good. I mean, it's alright, it's cool. I don't really like the high SPA, but it's cool, you know. I mean, he doesn't have an effect, unfortunately. But anyway, so now if I was to pop this nuke, the 100 times current damage to all enemies in range, additionally still 20% of up to 4 nearby units damage, and added to his own for 85 seconds. So I'm assuming Saitama was stacked up. Like I said, I'm not going to click on him because I don't want to spoil. But if I was to do this, he goes to 777 million damage, which again, that is even better than what he previously was. And his crit chance is 54 or 55 now, which I think that is the max. I think he just finally maxed out his crit chance. So now he has 55% chance to what does crit like do? Like it deals 2.5 times of the base damage you would normally do, I think, something along those lines. But 77 million would be like 1.5 billion something damage every hit, something like that, if he was to crit. So yeah, Garou was pretty good. I'm gonna start a new run with a different team after I showcase the other units. Actually, I can't really do it now, I'm too late in this run. But yeah, I'm just gonna try. Why not? I'm gonna do another run. Showcase these 3 units, and then I'm gonna show the full potential of Garou, because it's kind of hard to like do it earlier in the game. But yeah, hey guys, now I can showcase the other units. So let's turn on the effects, and we'll do Tatsuniki first. 665k damage for this is once 665,000 for 2.5 seconds. She does have slow, and she has 2 passes for every enemy in this range. Increase slow effectiveness by 2%, cap of 40%. Enemy total slow. Wait, this looks so confusing to read. I'm not. 80% total slow, 40% base, and plus 40 from the passive. So it can total to 80% slow. I don't know why they didn't just say that. Enemies who receive the full 80% slow from this passive take 15% more damage. This unit's base slow effectiveness is 40% instead of 33%. So essentially she has a buff base slow, and it can double that slow based on the enemies in her range. I'm like, why are they making it? Anyway, and her second passive, Indomitable Will. Every time this unit gets stunned, gain 5% more damage, cap of 25%. After this unit gets stunned 5 times, she is now immune to stuns permanently, which is pretty cool. But anyway, if I was to turn this up to 3 times speed, you could kind of see how like good this slow is working. Like they're barely even moving. But anyway, that's her animation, kind of just like a force of telekinesis. Anyway, 665,000 to 1.6. 1.6 to 3.6, 3.6 to 7.4, or 7.5, technically 7.5 to 13, 13 to 30, and this is her new effect. She brings a rock into the air and slams it. Alright, 30 to 36.6, 36 to 0.6 to 50 million, basically 50 million to 133, and she gains a new attack, kind of like a tornado. And then the second slam, it seems. See her do it again. Yep. Tornado and then a slam. 133 to 183. 183 to 233. And then she gains a ability. For every kill this unit has gone, add 1% damage to the effectiveness cap of this ability's damage. No cap. It has no cap. I don't like what? Okay. After ability has been used, this unit will deal the total percent damage gained from all the kills she has obtained since her replacement times 10. This ability will set her in-game kill counter to 0. So right now she has 123 kills, which means she will add 123 kills or 123% of 123% to this nuke, which that's cool. I guess. I mean, you wouldn't literally need her to be like the one getting the kills to make that work. But I mean, I think she is gonna be a really good support unit, in my opinion. She's gonna be a really good support unit. Anyway, Genos next, 1.3 million on placement. He does Sunburn. He has 3 passes: Blazing Execution. Genos attacks an enemy that is burning, deals 15% more damage to the enemy, and Inflict Blaze. Blaze deals 1.5 damage in 10-6 over 7 seconds. So it's like another burn, kinda. If Genos attacks an enemy that is blazing, deal an additional 30% more damage. And this is his effect. Very slow, I'm not gonna lie. Blazing Aura: for every fire element unit in this range, self-buff damage by 5%, capped at 30%. If there are 5 fire element units in this range, Genos deals 2 times sunburn damage instead of 1.75. This will resolve if Baldy is in range or Saitama is. Genos has a guaranteed chance to apply Blaze and gain 15% more damage and 10% more range. So if I was to play Saitama, this is Genos range and damage. Play Saitama, it goes up, and his range is a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna upgrade Genos a little bit so these guys don't get through. Okay, well, I'll just do this then. Alright. Anyway. 1.3 to 3.7, 3.7 to 8.7, 8.17, 8.17 to 15.3, 15.3 to 34. And this, he gains a new attack and a new AoE. It's kind of like he kind of throws a explosive. 34 to 54.5, 54.5 to 64.7, 64 to 71, 71 to 95, and he gains, he goes back to line of weight and gains a new attack. There you go, kind of like a blast. And his Sunburn is doing 166 million damage, and keep in mind this is without the Saitama buff. I sold Saitama 95.4 to 119. And that is his final upgrade. He does not have active ability and he gains no new passives. But if I was to play Saitama in range, he goes to 137 million damage and 89.45 range, which is pretty cool. And the Blaze, of course, I can't really show that because he's destroying them. But so we'll go to Saitama. 22.6 million placement, and of course he has the passives. 24, I mean, it's not 24 anymore because he buffed himself, so I'm just gonna resell him. 22 to 45, whatever, I'm just gonna let him stack. 22.6 to 45, 45 to 69, 69 to 104, and that's his ability. 106 to 188, and this is a new attack. He loses full AoE, but he has a pretty wide AoE circle, I guess. He kind of like jumps them with himself because he's so fast, I guess. So there's a whole bunch of Saitamas just punching down. Anyway, 196 to 245, 245 to 270, 270, and these numbers are going to keep changing because he keeps buffing himself, which I'm sorry, I can't control that. 277 to 282 to 308, I guess. 308 to 334, 334 to 513 million. He goes back to 4 AoE. Let's see his new attack. Once he attacks, he has very slow SPA, so come on. There you go. He jumps up in the air and slams. 540 to 613, 613 to 702, and that is his final ability. He does gain a passive on upgrade 10, Crash Out. If Genos, which I have here, well, I will show, Genos is sold within range of this unit will time stop the entire map for 15 seconds, self buff his damage by 100%, and increase his range by 35%, and reduce his SPA by 10% for 60 seconds. Also deal 100 times current damage to enemies in range 1 time per game. So it's the best showcase that I'm just gonna let him stack all the way up. So I will be back. Okay, I believe he is fully stacked when it comes to damage. His crit is still going up, but that don't really matter right now. So now if I was to place a Genos and sell him, Saitama's damage goes to 1.5 or 1.53 billion, excuse me. And then if I was to pop his active on top of that, it goes to 1.73 billion, which is pretty cool, man. Pretty good. 9.5 SPA, and his damage is still buffed for 60 seconds, so 1.15 billion damage because of the Genos getting essentially destroyed in his vicinity. Alright guys, I'm finally back with my strongest units, and the reason I have Genos here is just to buff Saitama. He's technically not my strongest units, a part of my strongest units, but I have him here just to buff Saitama. Anyway, let's go ahead and sell everybody. Not Genos first, so Saitama first, and sell everybody. Alright, so we got Garou here. We're gonna place everybody in his range, and I'm going to upgrade. We'll just upgrade Saitama first. So there you go, the Saitama first, and then Luffy, and then Homeru. Now the reason I'm not upgrading Genos is because he's going to get sold anyway, so I have no reason to. And let me make sure I don't die. I'm not gonna die, right? I should be good. But anyway, Saitama's damage is, or Garou's damage is 64, and of course he keeps going up because his damage is going to keep going up because Saitama's damage keeps going up. So that's perfectly fine. I'm not worried about that. And let me turn this off just in case I don't want to. Alright, now I'm gonna upgrade Garou all the way. And mode swap. We're gonna do Cosmic this time, obviously. So we're gonna do Cosmic. Well, actually, let me do this first, and then pop your ability. And I have the active abilities on. We'll just turn that off quick. Alright, and then pop you, pop you. Alright, now Garou's damage is 317 million. Do that, 1.27 billion. He goes all the way up to 1.27 billion. And that's not even the strongest part because obviously, well, no, not obviously. Let me read off his new passives. Cosmic Dust Storm. Every second, all enemies in range receive 3.5% of this unit's damage. And Perfect Copy. Every 350 seconds, copy the strongest unit in his range. Current damage cap of 50% of the strongest, like only half of the strongest unit's damage, and add it to his damage for the next 60 seconds. After this 60 seconds end, for the next 30 seconds, he has a 50% chance to miss his attacks. So, oh wait, oh my god, I didn't even do that. I sold. I'm not gonna lie. I sold. Well, I forgot to pop his buff. So yeah, it would have been a little bit more, but anyway, it's fine. Perfect Copy. He's gonna eventually copy somebody's damage, and let's kill the strongest boss. Boom. So now he does 5.4 billion damage every 8.9 seconds, and I can't really kill this boss. I'm not gonna lie. I can't time stop you actually. All right, there we go. So just to make sure I don't die. 5.42 billion damage, and that is not even with Saitama's damage because he still has 30 seconds to copy. Alright, well, he copied his damage. It wasn't on time with like every other buff, but as you saw, his damage went all the way up to 4.5 billion damage. It would obviously be more if I had a better enchant on him and if I had glitched, but we're not too worried about that. I think this unit is cool, but I honestly think he's just too gimmicky. He's just too gimmicky for me, bro. I would honestly just run Sunjin Woo and Homaru or Luffy or something. But yeah, this unit is just too gimmicky for me, man. I'm not gonna lie. He has too much needs to reach his full potential. But I mean, anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sorry that this showcase was a bit confusing. I try to record it as simply as possible. I'm not gonna lie, but this unit is just Garou's pretty confusing to showcase. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't know what else to say from here. Peace.